Welcome back to 6 Shop, ladies and gentle cars, and also happy hump day, but also March the 1st. Obviously, this video will probably drop on Thursday, but we're still documenting it nonetheless. So we did a lot of work off camera, and I also hope that if you have seen the last video, or if you haven't, please go see it. But we talked a lot with Jason and Tucker Sunday, and let him talk about how racing has helped his autism, what racing means to him. And of course, Jason had to step in and talk for him, but that's okay because he got a little nervous. But still, nonetheless, it's a very heartfelt video. And then, of course, you know, there was a little fun and playing it there at the end, which is what we needed anyways. But today I figured, and obviously I can't get you guys in here the right way, but I slid the, I always use my ring light here, but I slid that down far. That's why you're not up higher this time. I slid that down far. But we got the seat back in. We finally got the rear trunk back in. Of course, we got hood pins, so we drill a hole and that fits back in, and all you gotta do is pop that, and then we still got the little gas shock dealios that still open the trunk up so you don't have to like pull it off. Got that done, but we need to finish doing the all four corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I already started on this back one here. Started on the front one the other day. Tornado blew through here and it wiped out all comms. So the video I did with Tucker Sunday that was supposed to be up on Monday didn't get up until yesterday. So I was actually going to do a filming segment for this, but we're doing it today nonetheless. But so the trunk's back on. Still looks good. Let me get out of the way here. There we go. So trunk's on. Seat's back in. We'll get you guys around here. This is an Ultra Shield. Definitely can't fit my butt. That's a tiny seat. I run a 18-inch Kirky, and this is a 15 or a 16. So it's going to be a tight squeeze because I got to get a bottom pillar all the way down here where my hand's pointing. You can't really see it. But we got to get that done. We got the pedals in like we said in the last video. So the pedals are in. You can't see. I've got my other light over here. But right down here is where the pedals are. We got those taken care of. Eventually we got to get this thing back up. And then we have to rip out the stock exhaust. And then we got to pull the blown engine out of this one. This one came blown. So we got to pull the blown block out of this one. And Old Faithful's still in the old race car that we completely gutted. It's still in there, but that one's going to get out and get it refurbished. We're getting another one, and then we're also going to do a head swap and use a spare one that I've got over here behind you. Well, you can't see it, but the hood's taking it up. But this one right back here, we're going to use that feller right there. We just got to get a different head and do a head swap, so the freaking squirters will work. So we gotta do that. But then all the tins are on the car. Nice as well. The roll cage is bolted in, but we're also welding it as a double failsafe. So even though it's snug, as tight as the well diggers are, we are still welding all the corners to the floor, make sure that everything, you know, will stick nice and easy. Like I said, I got the dander already on my head instead of my 10-gallon hat, because we're going to jump into this in a minute. But we're just slowly getting everything done. By this point, hopefully the roll cage will be done by, you know, Friday or Saturday range. Hopefully I'll have that done. So I'm going to do just a tiny little segment with you guys. And then we'll get that wrapped up. And then we can start doing engine transplant stuff. Getting everything prepped. Because the transmission's on these things. So you got your block that's already sideways. Oops. Block that's sideways. And then your transmission is literally right down here. My fingers are wiggling right down there. So we got to get that old stuff out because we're using the transmission out of Old Faithful, as they call the old motor, out of here. So we got to get the transmission out of there. This block is maybe, you know, this winter I'll probably, as you know, guys know that I love V8s. And I'm not much of a four-banger guy, but these guys deserve a good one. So we're going to rebuild this old race engine right here. It's got a nice set of headers on it back here. I don't think you can really see them, but yeah, it's too low. But they've got a nice set of headers down here. But we might rebuild this one. We're going to use a different one that Jason's going to get probably in another week or so. He'll probably get that one. And then all we got to do is go to town after that and just get this thing back together. We got to get all the, that's the whole wiring harness right there. Then we got to get all the gauges and everything back in, which are right over there. So we got to get all that stuff back in. But as soon as I get this cage done, so like I said, I figured we'll try to, that's why I got you guys glower. Because I'm going to try to play with this and try to get you guys in here. Let me hop in here and I might grab this and try to play with it a little bit. But we're going to go through the tank hatch here, get the welder fired up in a minute. But let me hop in here and let me try to position you guys, because I don't think I can get you guys in here watching me welding. Besides, all you're going to see is a bunch of flash anyways. But still, nonetheless, just party hardy and, you know, have a good time. And, you know, officially, I won't get done with this with you guys on this video. I'm only going to finish this one. I'm going to go back to this one. But like I said, I always take my hammer. I always get the little bit of slag and everything off, and then I take my wire brush and I wire brush it to make sure it's nice and clean, like these fellers up here, before I run the grinder and smooth them down. But that way my beads are nice looking before we even get there. But let me get in the car here, and I also just want to document that, you know, you got to play a mixture of limbo with yoga. So yeah, let me get in here and we'll get you guys situated here. See if we can't find a better angle, but climb up here through the hatch of the old Panzer. I gotta get in here, then I gotta turn around, all this fun jazz and pitter patter and have at her and whatnot. But we'll see if I can't get you guys a little bit lower or not. No, you guys will just sit there. But anyway, so I gotta go this way. It's a nice almost 60 degrees today, and you're like asking yourself, you're like, well, why are you wearing your hoodie? Well, as soon as I get out of here, I'll show you how my hoodie looks. And because when you're welding, if you remember from the last video of doing the doors, you know, all that sparky action's coming back at you. And I have a nice shirt on under here, and I don't want to ruin it with holes. So we'll just keep the old work hoodie on. But get myself situated here, get myself set up. And if you guys remember, this is my welding helmet my wife got me a few years ago. This is Scully. I nicknamed it, but Scully. So, obviously, if you guys remember my tattoo right here, flames. I'm a flame guy, I'm a skull guy, so this combines the best of both worlds. This is by Hobart Welders. Bleh. So, it's a nice little rig, and it looks cool. So, there we go in a nutshell. So I gotta get myself situated, and we'll get the welder on, and we will get to work. I've got to finish just a little bit on this one. I'm gonna come back on this one. That way I can get the grinder back in here, get the wheel back on to smooth these welds out, make them look nice. And then I also have to get over to this side, do this pillar over here, finish this back one over here. But I just figured I'd do this little section with you guys. You know, try not to make it too long of a video, but still, nonetheless, it's tedious work and very tight, cramped. You got to get in here, then you got to turn around, and yeah, it just makes for a fun time. It's one of those, you got to do all this, and then you got to call the chiropractor in the morning kind of deal. So Alright, get the welder fired up. Okay. Oh, bollocks. Alright. Oh, get my toesies in here. Make sure every time you put your welding helmet on, I love these new helmets, because like I said, the old school helmets, you gotta have to do the dials inside and that's it. These guys, flip them down. So make sure you test your helmets, fellers. Make sure that your batteries are good, because if you don't do that and you start welding, you're gonna have welders flash and weld your eyes shut, then spend a couple of days at home with polarized sunglasses on, laying in the dark, watching TV, and your eyes are swollen, and believe me, they start burning, they start itching, get a little bit of weeping going on. So, just make sure that, you don't want to try to get welder's flash, because your eyes will be ruined over the years. You won't have your nice 20/20 vision anymore. And your eyes will always be sensitive, depending on how many times you've had welder's flash in your life. That's why I always literally wear polarized sunglasses when it's nice. I wear my yellow night glasses when it's cloudy, because my eyes are so messed up from so many years of, well, the old school helmets and welding. And you can even get, like I said, the welder's glasses that have the green tint. I used to wear those as sunglasses too, to wear under here, even after this is slipped on, as like a double fail-safe for your eyes. But I don't have another pair. I'll go buy another pair eventually. But you still want to test these just to make sure, that way you can be safe. And of course, ventilated areas, that way you're not breathing all this stuff in. Every time after I'm done welding, when some of this stuff comes back in my eyes, I'll get out, I'll take water, and I'll water my eyes down, and I'll wipe my eyes down, because it really dries your eyes out. So make sure you have well-ventilated area. Try not to breathe it in the best you can, even if you got to go like this or something. Just, do stuff that's OSHA approved and not oh shit approved. All right. Okay. All right. Like I said, I'll show you my hoodie when I get out of here. And always make sure when you're welding, make sure that anything with all this sparks going on, make sure there's nothing flammable in the way or nothing that catch fire. If there is, have a fire extinguisher and or a bottle of water. I got a bottle of water up here somewhere, up there. So always check everything after you're done welding. Make sure, if you got to blow flames out or something, or put them out. Safety first. Safety's number one. Just in case if I got somebody that's oh shit approved watching me, then, well, we do. Let me get to work here. Okay. Like I said, take my hammer, give it a few love taps. Take my wire brush. Like I said, you can get these little fellers at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any dollar store. Or you can get the nice fancy $20, $30 ones from O'Reilly's, AutoZone, whatever you want to do. Make sure your welds are nice and clean. Make sure they look good, or if they kind of look like crap, at least you can take your grinder, grind it down nice and smooth. Where if you can't be the nice fancy welder and have your fancy welds, as long as you can weld them strong, and the bottoms will be strong, which I'll show you some of my old welds that I was using on a piece of aluminum I used to pop off to show people if the top looked like crap, how the bottom looks. We'll do that before we wrap the video up too. And then that way, all you gotta do is just take your grinder, smooth it out. You make it look better even if you got crappy looking welds. You can't be all high and mighty and fancy like a lot of other people if you just don't have the gift of doing it right, or if you got arthritis and shaky hands, you still make it look good. You know, it's just about taking your time and also just having fun with it. But make sure if you have shitty looking welds on the top, you know, make sure it's not in places that people will just spend their time to look. You know, but you want to smooth them out too to make them look better. But either way, you get the gist, you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm putting down. All right. Make sure to give it a couple of Tanya Hardings, you know, mixed with, who am I looking for to kind of make a joke? You know, Miss 40 Wax herself. Yeah, I forgot her name off the top of my head, but you understand what I'm trying to say. A couple of Tanya Hardings mixed with a couple of those. You know, and clean your welds. Lizzie Borden is what I was thinking of. 40 Wax. Shit. That's what I was thinking of. Come on, where's just a tiny bit more. I mean, I knew what I was trying to say. I just brain fart in the moment. I couldn't think. Yeah, make sure to always clean your welds every time you do this. They'll look better. Alright, time limit are we at here? At 19 minutes. Alright, try to keep this one a little bit short. Not too long. Yeah, yeah. Alright. 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 So now after I'm done basically with both sides, I can take my grinder over here, take the grinder, and I can smooth them out and make them look nice. Alright. Okay. Come back here. I gotta finish this side. Well, actually, no, I don't. But you get the gist of what I tried to do. I'm gonna get back off here so I can get to jamming out some nice music again. Get these sides finished up here. Get the grinder going. Get out the hatch here before we're done. Let's get out of the old Tiger. So you basically get the gist of what I'm doing. So let me try to get you down in here. So working on that one right there that you're seeing. So then I'll basically take the old grinder, smooth out my welds. They'll look better than ever. But before I wrap this up here, what I wanted to talk about, give you a few examples of some of my old welds. I used to do this on aluminum so I could pop it off when I was teaching people. So here's the front. Kind of looks like a dog poo. But look how uniform and tight the back of the weld is. That's what you don't see. You're always seeing the front. Like I said, that one kind of looks like Mr. Hanky a little bit. But you're looking at the back. How uniform that is. Same thing with this one. There's a little bit of pooling that started right there. And then we started smoothing out. Here's what your back looks like. That's what you're not seeing, what you're welding to. That's how uniform and tight that is. Same thing with this one. Here's the front of this one. Here's the back of it. So even though your top looks like crap, if you can't weld the nice looking zippers, the nice looking beads, this is what you have to look forward to, that you're never going to see what you're welding to. Is that right there? That's the back. It's the front again. It's the back of that one. So that's what you never see. I've got two more examples the same way. So here's the front. You can see how I just did a little bit of pooling when I was teaching some people. But look how uniform and tight that is at the back. Same way with this one. This one looks like total garbage when you're looking at the weld itself. But flip that over. That's making a good bond with the metal. So even though your welds look like crap, if you can't weld on nice and fancy, even though your welds look like crap there, that is how it's bonding to the back. Make sense? All right, fellers and ladies. So like I said, I'll end this so I can get back to jamming out some music, but this will probably be up by Throttle Thursday tomorrow because today's Happy Hump Day. Yeah. So, like I said, you can't really see in there with what I'm doing. I don't have the GoPro to try to hook up and do this and that. I don't have that fancy stuff, but it's just the gist. It's little by little, piece by piece. The driver's side's going to be harder, but that way then I can just take my grinder and smooth out my welds. My welds will look fine. Eventually when this car goes home, I'm not going to paint it. I really wish I could, but this car's going to go home. It's going to be black on the outside, and the whole interior, roll cage, all of that is going to be red. So this car's going to look sharp before this thing hits the track this year in April, May range. It'll look twice as sharp as it is now and not all canary or mustard yellow. But we've done a lot off camera. And like I said, that's just a simple fact where, you know, when they come over on the weekends, it's just me during the week, you know, trying to help them out and further advance this car. But, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, I just want to jam out. I just want to have my music. Like I said, you can't have it on here because of copyright crap, so I can't film and have music in the background. You know, I don't have all that fancy editing equipment. We're just pointing and shooting, doing the old school stuff. And even if I had a GoPro, I'd still be doing it like the way I'm doing it now. I wouldn't change it. I just like raw and in the moment. That's me. That's who I am. That's what I'm about. So I wouldn't change anything even if I had the fancy film equipment stuff anyways. But it's just taking your time, doing this, and of course playing limbo, you know, mixed with, you know, yoga and call the chiropractor in the morning. So we're advancing this car. It's getting further and further along. You know, before too long, the gauges will be back in. We'll have another block in it. You know, get everything started, get everything cranked up, get everything fired off, and just have a dandy old time at laughing at wide open headers on a 4-banger. But I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for letting me support. And like I said, please always go see Clark Boys Racing, Facebook and Instagram. And also buy some of their race merch because that helps their race program and car parts and tires and everything in between. Race fuel. And it'll just help their program and, of course, help their family because good-hearted people deserve good-hearted things and good-hearted deeds. And once again, that's what this is all about. I'm having so much fun doing this. I feel very honored to be able to do this for such a great family and such a great kid. And autism awareness, too. So it keeps me pumped up. Like I said, this is our last good day for this bay door to be open for a while because we have a snowstorm rolling in and cold weather again all weekend long. So I figured today, with it being nice, get the bay door open where it's not so dark in here because of my lights. I got to get that crap fixed and all that fun jazz. But there you go, guys. We're just having a good time and just jamming away. And just thank you guys so much for love and support for myself. And please keep up the love and support for Clark Boys Racing as well. Just thank you guys so much for love and support on here. All my social media channels or pages, whatever you want to call it. Channels, pages. You know, please keep it up. I always look forward to all your comments here on YouTube, you know, Instagram, just everything in between. I try to get back to a lot of you guys when I can, but, you know, this isn't a hobby for me. My channel is not a hobby. I'm literally doing this for a living, making money, helping people, and doing what I love. So eventually, hopefully one day I can just retire and do my own stuff, you know, but until that point, we're doing this to make a family happy and to make a very good young kid happy. You just can't beat that. Honestly. But like I said, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for letting me support. As always, get out to your garage, your machine shed, your driveway, bust some knuckles, teach yourself something new, your kids something new, your grandkids something new, your buddies something new, learn something new. Always remember, save not curse, but help it. Because life's just too damn short. Get your ass out there. Get out to the garage, machine shed, driveway. You got to make a lean-to, do whatever you need to work on something and be happy. Just make some memories with your kids, you know, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, your buddies. You know, grab a 6-pack of beer, grab whiskey, whatever. You know, if you drink, I don't anymore. I just say that because I remember when I used to. But and just make some memories and have some fun with doing all this stuff, guys. It's what it's about at the end of the day. But I love you guys so much. We'll be back. We'll be back as soon as possible, but I'll catch you on the flip side of the dark side of the moon back here as soon as possible to shop with more fun to enjoy. And of course, like I said, we'll get back to Blood Axe as soon as we can because a lot of you guys have been asking. It's been over a year since the port truck's been talked about and worked on. So we'll get back to the old shop racetrack as soon as possible too. But everybody just stay safe. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. And if we do some more, catch you this weekend. If we do, if not, then I'll catch you as soon as possible with more stuff on this. But I just want to get back to work and I want to have my music instead of just talking to you guys and it's just crickets and silence in here. I want to jam out and have some fun and, you know, get my good old music going. But I love you guys so much. Everybody just stay safe. Everybody enjoy. It's what all this is about at the end of the day. Just get out and make your own memories too, guys. But I love you guys. Everybody stay safe. I can never say that enough. And drive and race responsibly. Watch out for old Barney 5 now. Sometimes they don't like them loud, fast vehicles. So, you know, just behave yourselves out there. But I love you guys.